Everybody, Chris here. Welcome on a Friday. How's everybody doing? What's going on? Yeah, a little red in the market today. Not entirely unexpected. These things happen, but I'm going to show you that the dump is not as bad as people are making it out to be, but I just put it on the thumbnail to get people to come in and take part of the live stream. So not really clickbait, because we are going to talk about the dump, and it is a bit of a dump. But yeah, we'll talk about the Golden Cross in a little bit. That's in the news too. Mentioned it in my video earlier today. But not yet. We got a ways to go before Golden Crosses. So why is crypto dumping? Because the whales are benevolent beings who want everyone to have a fighting chance. Hey, Doge is cheaper today than it was yesterday if you're looking to buy more Doge, right? So there is that. Matt ordered a Ledger Nano X. Congrats on that. You will not be disappointed. I just recommend don't enable Bluetooth, don't enable Recover. Keep your crypto safe and secure. String says, why is crypto dumping? Because Robinhood received a Wells notice from the SEC, and Doge investors are, and you corrected this, afraid that it results in a cease and desist. Robinhood will sell their Doge, and they're the #1 wallet. So I think Robinhood's not going to be selling their Doge. First of all, we're not going to see that. If anything, they're going to be transferring Doge off of Robinhood into people's wallets, like Matt and his Ledger Nano, right? And we'll see sort of outflows, but they're not sales. There's not going to be selling. For Robinhood to sell their Dogecoin today doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. But if a whole bunch of people on their platform are selling Doge, and that's part of what's happening here, is people are afraid Robinhood's like going to go under and they're just selling their Dogecoin, then Robinhood has to see like how much extra Dogecoin do they own over how many users own Doge on their platform. Because we see that in the Bitcoin spot ETFs, you know, BlackRock, Fidelity, ARK, that if people are selling the ETFs on their platform, then they, at the end of the day, have to sell the same amount of Bitcoin because they have to have that evened out. Robinhood has never really talked about that. Like, they've never said how many Doge are owned on their platform, how many users they have, and compared that to how many actual Dogecoin they hold in their wallets. Now, how do they get away with that when these Bitcoin spot ETFs, like every day, we know exactly how many people bought ETFs, how much Bitcoin, like BlackRock had to buy that day. But we don't get that information from Robinhood. So it's all kind of secretive. But Robinhood does that. Matthew says it keeps dumping because we're entering another bear market. No. I think this is just a pullback, and we are still in a bull market following the 4-year cycles. That's where I am in this. If you think we're entering a bear market, then you probably would have sold, right? Because you don't want to hold all your crypto through another bear market. I think we're too early for that. Mike's in the building. Hey, Mike. Matt, how long do you think Robinhood and the SEC will be in court before any decision made? A long time. A long time. What will happen, do you think, to the investors in Robinhood during the court proceedings? Nothing. I mean, might be suppressed a little bit. And we saw what happened with XRP, right? How long were they in this legal battle with the SEC? It was like years. It was years. So life will go on despite whatever Robinhood and the SEC are going to do. Life is going to go on. So I'm not worried about it. Not at this point. Because we're going to be through the whole bull market and then back into the bear before anything is decided. So, not worried. Greetings from the Congo. Fufu, greetings to you as well. Glad you could join in. They have a month from the Wells notice to respond. Yeah. And as I'll show you, there's an article here that they already met with the SEC multiple times before the SEC served them a Wells notice. So, sure, they'll respond, but the SEC is going to turn around and sue them, or Robinhood's going to just sue the SEC. We'll see how that plays out. Matt's asking about the 7-year cycle. Brought it up a while ago, don't understand. And that was, I would have to find that. Somebody posted that 7-year cycle thing. And so I was just reposting and talking about what their view of it was. That wasn't my thing, but we'll take a look at it. We'll take a look at it. Toss, buying opportunities, picked up some Doge and some Jasmy. Yeah, what's Jasmy doing today? Jasmy's, 1.8 cents. It got over 1.9. I thought it was on its way to 2 cents. We look at the 4-hour chart. Yeah, it did. It touched 2 cents here on Monday. So yeah, this is, we got a dip going here. How dippy is this dip going to be? I don't know. But overall, when you zoom out and you look at the picture, and you think, is this a dump? Not really. I mean, look where we were back here on May 1st. Much lower. So, yeah, this is a pullback. We're coming back to this level that we were on Wednesday. And that's all that is. We had a run up and a pullback right back down. That's what it looks on the Jasmy chart. This is what it looks like on the Doge chart. We're exactly where we were on Wednesday. This would have been a dump, a real dump, if we dropped back all down, way down to 12 cents. That would have been a dump, but we're not. It's not there. So it's a pullback. That's all, guys. That's all. Triple OG just FOMO'd in. That's okay. KB, how are you? You can see that Doge was in for a correction purely based on price action. The weekly chart shows you where price is going, and that is 9 cents. Really? 9 cent Dogecoin? I don't think so. What are you looking at on a weekly chart? 9 cents is way down here. Oh, so you think it's going to, like, this whole green candle there, it needs to come all the way back down and reclaim this line that we had back in December because of that one big green candle. Well, I don't buy that. I don't buy that. But no guarantees. Don't know. But I'm not seeing 9 cent Doge. We're in a bull market. So those retraces to go back down and like pick up some liquidity that might be way down there, that's just a lot of people who have limit orders sitting there that will never hit. That's all. They'll never hit. So cheers. Drinking a Sam Adams. Sam Adams on a Friday. So cheers to everybody. Life goes on, guys. It's just a little pullback. That's all I think it is. Yeah, Ernie, I feel so bad for people selling. They won't make the same mistake in 4 years. And that's how you learn, right? It's like people get afraid and they sell. The price goes back up and they're sitting there like, what did I sell for? Happens again and again and again. But hey, I just keep telling you what I think. And a lot of you are doing okay with that. Amanda, hi from Mississippi. Is that MS, Mississippi? Welcome. Armando, appreciate it. Just keeping everybody informed what's going on. You can't believe what a lot of other people are saying. So I try and keep it real. Yeah, Strings, you're stealing my thunder. I'm about to show the article about that. Mr. Cheyenne's still here. Good. I am still here too. And yeah, cheers, Strings. From the Congo, we've got a Sing Sing coming up with Mfufu and his people when Dogecoin goes up. Awesome. Love it. Hey, we're around the world. I'm glad I'm reaching around the world. I get a lot of comments on my videos too, where people are from. And it's just amazing that I can sit here in Boston and talk to people in Africa and other continents all around the world. It's awesome. Short dump before the moon. Hey, KB, everybody's got their opinion, right? And so if you think there's an opportunity to, to get cheap Doge, if you think it's going to drop down below 10 cents, that's your opinion and you see that. No FUD there. That's just, there's people who are thinking it's still dropping back down to 6 cents and 5 cents. Doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me. The suspense is getting to me. Yeah. Hold on, caffeine. Hold on. I'm ready for the SEC to get off the backs of American crypto exchanges. Well, there could be a change in leadership for the country come November. And if that happens, we will see. We will see. Yeah, low roller, That's why they call it a series, right? Same thing happened with Miami. Boston wins the first game and then gets blown out the second. And then they come back and sweep. So we'll see what happens Saturday night when they go to Cleveland. We will see. Pierre from Montreal, welcome. Glad you could join in. So Prajwal asks, is it okay if I buy crypto via Robinhood? Need your insight on it. Thanks. I say, sure, you could buy. You can buy your crypto on Robinhood. The choice you need to then make is, do you want to just continue to hold it on Robinhood? Or do you want to get a wallet, like a hardware wallet, like this Ledger? Or use a software wallet, like a Trust Wallet or Exodus or one of these others, where you can then transfer that crypto off of the exchange and into your own wallet. Robinhood also has its own separate wallet. Coinbase has a wallet. There's a lot of wallets out there. Most people like to do that because they want to self-custody their crypto, meaning if you just buy it on Robinhood and it sits there in your Robinhood account, you don't own it. Robinhood still owns it. It's still sitting in their wallets, not yours. So that's what you've got to think about. Yeah, and I know, Toncoin. Yeah, so let's look at that. So overall in the markets, it's pretty red, right? We got a lot of red going on. Here's Doge over the past 24 hours now, down 4.6%. Bonk down 6, with 3, Jasmy 5, Pepe 2. So those, and there's Sheeb at 4. So those are kind of the memes there. We got a few coming up, like Injective and Sui, and those two had just fallen quite a bit last week. So for them to be up a little bit, that makes sense because they had been hit hard last week. And then we got this unCoin thing, which is now ranked number 8 over Dogecoin. It just went on this huge run. Look at this, 17% for the past week. Dogecoin is even. It just flipped over to down 0.78%. But that's better than Bitcoin, which is down 4%, ETH down 7%. But Doge is pretty much even. So in the past week, Dogecoin has outperformed Bitcoin and Ethereum, but it's taken a little bit more of a dump in the past 24 hours than those. But unCoin has just been a beast this past week. Hey, good for them, you know. If they just if they help the whole crypto market go up, I'm fine with that. That'll be good. But here we have Doge coming down to 14.3. So it has dropped below my blue 14.4 line. We were just up here at over 15 cents. So we've lost a penny right here in the past, let's say, 10 hours or so? Yeah, not great. So what caused this big dump right there? What caused that? Well, we've got stocks pause, dismal consumer confidence. That's a lot of it. That affects a lot of different things. What's going on? Inflation expectations kick higher. So we've got that as well. Consumer inflation expectations surge, consumer gouge to hit lowest levels in 6 months. I think everybody knows that there's pretty much a recession going on, despite what the White House says, right? Because they're going to deny it and they're going to fudge the numbers and do whatever they can. So we're not officially in a recession because we're in an election year. So that's going on. I've been talking about that for months. You guys have heard me say that before. So that's going on. But longer term, the outlook is still good. So that doesn't change. That's just a more immediate thing right now. Everyone gets all caught up in, oh, is the Fed going to lower rates? When are they going to lower it? It's going to be this month. It's going to be next month. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. Again, the bigger picture is what's important here. Does it hurt to see, the crypto going down today? Sure, not great. But again, as I showed on the charts, it is a 4-hour chart. It's not that much. We were just here on Wednesday, exactly where we were. This isn't that much. And it didn't drop down to 12 cents again like we had here on the 1st of May. So overall, not that bad. But you get Bitcoin's modest rally cut short, price tumbles. We have stagflationary U.S. economic data. So what's stagflation? Stagflation is when you have inflation going up while you have a pullback in spending by people. We're not spending our money, or what little we have, we're spending on what little there is at a decent price because the price of everything else is up so high. So you got that going on. That's not great. And then there's these hawkish remarks from a Fed speaker. So that sours the bullish mood because, in my opinion, we're still in a bull market. This is a pullback, so sour, that's a good word. Sours. So we have the University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Survey for May. And it tumbled to 67 from 77. That missed the economic forecast, where they only thought it was going to be 76. Why is that? 1-year inflationary expectations rose to 3.5%. So that's not good. They thought it was going to go or stay even or go down. It actually went up. And then the Fed chief, Logan, this morning said there were uncertainties about whether the current Fed policy is sufficiently restrictive and noted important upside risks to inflation. So they say stuff like that, and the markets go, ah, which then leads to high-risk assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and others dropping, tanking. And why do they drop so fast? Why do they tank so fast on crypto? Again, it's an opportunity for market makers to wipe out those that are trading with leverage. And you guys have heard me talking about this for months, and it just continues month after month after month, because people have made so much money in the past on leverage trading. They're like, this is like free money, right? It's free money. Well, no, not when the price dumps. So today, $56 million in Bitcoin wiped out, 40 million in ETH. Now that's not as big as we had last week when this was like over 100 million in a day, but it's still significant. And here's the chart this morning where we had on an hourly basis, like liquidations, just wiping out traders. That's it. That's it right there. At any sign of opportunity, of any fear, they're going to drop the price lower and they're going to wipe out liquidations. And they know where your stop losses are. They know what's going to wipe you out, and they do it. But some of you, and I don't mean you sitting here listening to me, because you guys have heard me talk about this before, and most likely are not trading with leverage, especially now, because I've already told you, right? We're in this chop zone, right? It's going to be choppy for a while. This isn't the big elevator up yet. We're not ready for that yet. That'll be coming, but it's not yet. So what's the price going to do next? Oh, it's probably going to turn around. It's going to come right up, and it's going to wipe out the shorts, because we got shorters opening short positions now right here. Price is going to turn around. It's going to come up, and it's going to be squeezing out those shorts. That's how trading works again and again and again. So that's all it is. That's all it is. And then you've got Justin with this, when the candle bar hits your imaginary line. It's like, ah. My imaginary line is still 14.4. It's 14.4. And here we are again at 14.4. We're right there. I'm not worried. If this comes back and drops below 12, then I'll start getting worried. But that's not happening right now. So let's talk about Robinhood for a minute. Millions in Dogecoin are pulled from Robinhood. What is happening? People are transferring their crypto off of Robinhood into their own wallets, just in case if something happens to Robinhood. Personally, I don't think anything is going to happen to Robinhood. I think it'll be fine. But just to be safe, if you have an opportunity to move your crypto off of Robinhood into your own wallets, where you then have custody of that crypto, that's not a bad thing. It's also good for you to have the experience to do it. If you're afraid of it, what do? You just send a little test transfer first, right? If you've got 10,000 Dogecoin and you just set up a new trust wallet, don't send 10,000 Dogecoin first time you've ever transferred to a wallet. Just send 10 Doge. Just send 10 Dogecoin from Robinhood to your trust wallet. And when it goes through, you're like, got it. Okay, that works. then you can transfer the rest. Transferring Dogecoin is cheap. It just costs you a few pennies, less than a Doge, to do big transfers. So it shouldn't be the cost. Yeah, some people have a fear, like, what if something goes wrong? Well, that's why you do a test transfer first of just a little bit of Doge. Do a test transfer, see what happens. Make sure you got it. It's easy to do once you have that experience. So try that out. Try that out. But meanwhile, yes. So Robinhood CEO says his firm met with the US SEC, he says 16 times. 16 times in good faith ahead of this Wells notice by the SEC. It's like, what the heck, guys? In a new interview on CNBC, Vlad Tenev says Robinhood met with the SEC many times to address issues with existing securities laws and regulatory frameworks that do not account for crypto assets. We tried to create what's called the special purpose broker-dealer for the purpose of transacting crypto assets. We actually came in good faith to meet with the SEC. I think we met with them 16 times. And unfortunately, that was not reciprocated. So the SEC told them nothing. Tenet previously said Robinhood is prepared to contest the SEC's charges in court if the legal action pushes through. I did not want to have to get into this situation, but we have to defend ourselves and advocate for our customers. We do believe that crypto assets are becoming more and more important, and it would not be acceptable for us to not have Americans have access to them. So the other night, we talked about this love-hate relationship between Dogecoin and Robinhood. But in this case, Vlad's like, I want to look out for my customers here because my customers make me a lot of money. He didn't say that, but that's really the backside of it, is like, but yeah, that will scare people. So people are transferring their Doge off of Robinhood. So that's Dogecoin leaving Robinhood wallets, going to people's personalized wallets, is what that type of transfer is, which is fine. It doesn't affect the price of Dogecoin at all because it's just a transfer. It's not selling. Now, could people be selling their Doge and other cryptos on Robinhood and then taking their money out and putting it somewhere else? They could. There could be some of that fear. People do that. But from what we're seeing here, a lot more of it seems to be in these transfers. So, hey, Ryan, you didn't get your notification. Sorry. I don't know why sometimes those notifications don't go out. Other people got them, so I don't know. So there's that with Robinhood. And what does that mean for Doge? Well, I mean, Doge is still, and this is the CoinDesk 20 gainers, and Doge for the past week outperformed everything in the CoinDesk 20 index. Of course, Toncoin isn't in there. So overall for the week, Doge is doing okay. Well, part of that is because Doge dropped, down here on May 1st, right? Doge was down here in the 12. So yeah, we're still up for the week. Or now, I guess for the week, it's kind of pretty even from Friday to Friday right there. Yeah. So now we're even. But we're not down like a lot, like ETH. ETH is down over the past week. So ETH is coming back down to its May 1st levels. You see that? But not Doge. Doge is still up here. May 1st, we were down in the low 12s. So that's not too bad for Doge. Doge doing okay. Yeah, most soft wallets have bad reviews. And Hans Stanley, thanks for bringing that or saying that. You got to be careful when you set up a wallet like a Trust Wallet or MetaMask or anything. Two-factor authentication. Don't attach your wallet that has all your crypto in it to any outside source to get airdrops or anything else. Don't do it. Most of the bad reviews have nothing to do with the wallet itself. It has to do with people just being stupid. Oh, maybe not being stupid. Well, that might be some of it, but others is just, let's say, not being smart, right? It's like, if you're going to go get some precious airdrop, don't use the wallet where you've got all your crypto to attach to some site, especially if you saw it like on Telegram or Reddit or something, and you're like, you don't know what that is. It's like, be very careful. So what I recommend is, if you want to get your airdrops, start a new wallet. Start a new wallet. New Trust Wallet, new MetaMask wallet, or any number of other wallets. And then put a little bit of Sol in there, a little bit of ETH, or whatever you need for whatever gas fee there might be. And then attach that. And then you've got no risk at all. So that's my recommendation there. That's my recommendation. Joel says, how do you feel about the 5.3 rule? I watched a video earlier today, and the last 3 runs on Bitcoin have hit right on the money. Apparently, you can search this rule online. I have not heard about the 5.3 rule, Joel, but I'll look it up. I'll see what that is. Right on the money. Could be. I wonder what their prediction is for this bull run for Bitcoin. 100K, 200K, 300K. I don't know. I'll take a look at that. The 5.3 rule. How low will we go? Woodenhouse asks. I think we're there. Now, could we drop lower into like the 13s? Will we drop below 14? We could. But I kind of think that we just took out enough of the leverage trader. And I think we're going to go up, and we're going to be squeezing the shorts out next. And then we're just going to continue up and down again. Again, I've been talking, right? Every Monday we have our weekly session on choppiness, right? Chop trading. This is just another day of it. That's all this is. Just another day of it. And I don't know much about Toncoin. I don't get into the details of it. I wish I would have invested in it, but I don't use Telegram, and I just had no interest in it. And now here it is, like a top 8 coin. But it sounds like they're doing great things with their blockchain, and that's awesome. For anyone who got into Ton, good for you. I didn't. Hey, Ernie, how are you? Will I do a meetup? Yep, we will do a meetup right here in Boston when Doge hits $1. Yes, we will do that. Can you use a buy it now and pay later to buy Doge and crypto? I don't know anybody who does that. I don't know any exchange that has some kind of pay later feature. You can use your credit card on with some wallets to buy crypto, and that's kind of a pay it later with a credit card. But that's the only way I would see it. That would be the only thing. Exactly, Mr. Shine. That's the other thing about Robinhood. You like the software, but it seems rigged sometimes. Yes, there are things that happen on that platform that you're just like, what the heck? Especially when there's high volume trading going on, the time you want to buy and you can't get the price you want, or you're trying to sell when it's already hit a peak and it's coming back down. There's a lot of other selling going on and it doesn't sell right away and the price goes down further and then it finally sells and you're like, that wasn't the price when I hit the sell button. Happens all the time. That's Robinhood. Edmund loves Robinhood and has had zero issues. So if you know how Robinhood works, then you just work with it. Do your limit orders and know that in order to get a buy, right, the price has to drop a little lower than your limit order for your limit order to hit. And then the reverse on your sell, when you have a limit sell order, price has to go up a little bit higher than what your limit order is. And then you'll get that price. If you like that price, that works for you, great. If you're doing market buys, though, it could be all over the place. So just work with that. Be careful with that. Retired crypto hunter, I transferred part of my Doge off Robinhood, but I still have a good amount on and was just making sure it worked. And he uses Ledger and Exodus, as I do too. I've got Doge on Ledger. I have Doge on Exodus as well. Works fine. So that was a good feature that Robinhood did add, thanks to the Robinhood community, especially on Twitter at the time, now X. It was all over Vlad about opening up the exchange so you could transfer on and off. And he did. And he doesn't charge. Robinhood doesn't charge for you to transfer. There are some that add an extra fee on top of the network fee to do a transfer. Robinhood doesn't do that. So, good to them. Good to them. And Matt says, at first I was really hesitant to buy a wallet, transfer my stuff off Robinhood. I didn't want the same thing that happened to Alex to happen to me. Well, Alex was, if you remember, he was shorting. So he was on some exchange where he was shorting. Don't do that. George said there's no God cross coming for Doge. Well, George is wrong because it is going to happen. Here we go. Doge is approaching a golden cross. What does it mean? What does it mean? Golden cross. So I showed it in my video this morning, but if you want to see it again, here's what we have. Let's go to the daily first. If we look at the daily chart, we scroll back. We had a golden cross right there on the daily, and that happened in November. Dogecoin dipped back down to about 7.2 cents right there, but that was the golden cross. That is when the 50-day moving average, which is the blue line, I know it's hard to see, that 50-day moving average crosses over the 200-day moving average. So that happened. And what did Dogecoin do? It went on a run up to about 10 cents and then kind of, fizzled out a bit to the end of the year and through January, February, and then eventually took off. So that's on the daily. Well, now what do we have coming up? We have coming up a weekly golden cross, which is more rare than the daily. And here it is right here. Here is the blue line that is the 50-week moving average. And here's the white line, which is the 200-week moving average. If the blue line crosses over the white line, that'll be a golden cross. However, that's not going to happen for a long time. The only way that'll happen in a short period of time is if the price takes off and it really moves that 50-day or that 50-week average up faster. But these lines move so slowly that, I mean, this is months away from happening. So if George says it's not happening, he doesn't know what he's talking about, because it does happen and it most likely is going to happen. It's just not now. And it's not going to be in May, most likely not June, July, or August. It's probably going to happen sometime this fall, would be my guess, because these weekly moving averages move very slow. So conversely, let's go back to the daily chart. You also have what's called a death cross. You guys have heard of that before. We've got to go a ways back to see when the last death cross was. And that is when the 50 moves under the 200. And there it is right there. That happened in March, 25th of March of 2023, right there. That's a death cross. I could circle that for you so you can see it. That's right there. And I'll make it red. So that is the death cross right there. Now, kind of funny that a few days after that, there was this big spike in the price of Doge, but it quickly traded back down and eventually traded down even further come June of 2023. But that's the opposite of the golden cross, is the death cross. So that's where we had that last, was again March of 2023. We had a death cross, and then we forward this to November of 2023, and we had the golden cross. Some people think these things mean nothing because these moving averages are just a sign of the past, of what already happened. It doesn't have any impact on what the future is going to be. There is something to say about that, but it also tends to reflect what the trend is in the trading at the time, particularly if you see one like that 50 moving up very quickly over the 200. That means you're in a run, and that run is most likely going to continue, which is what happened over this one. We had this big run late November, early December of 2023, where Doge came up quite a bit. So that's my take on the golden cross. But it's not on a daily. If we already had the golden cross, and the 50 moving average is still way above the 200 average, not even close to being a death cross again. And I don't think that's going to happen this year even. It's probably not going to be till next year. We might see a change in that at the earliest. So not worried about it. Here, for those just joining us, this was the dump we had today. And I'm guessing that the price is just going to come right back up. This wiped out, liquidated, leveraged longs, fear in the market, right? People selling, whatever. But leverage traders getting wiped out by the market makers. That's what happened. Zoom out to the 4-hour. It's just resetting where we were on Wednesday. On Thursday, we went up. On Friday, we went down. That's it. That's all it is. People getting all worried, and it's just like, no, this is just normal trading. We're in that chop season. This is going to happen. That's all it is. Not really a dump. But people were calling it. So I'm like, okay, not really a dump. What else is going on? Big picture. Again, big picture. And this is what I go back and I look at, is you zoom out and you look at the bigger picture, going all the way back to 2014, when Dogecoin first started. There are these patterns that happen. It's happened 3 times. 3 times we've seen Dogecoin spike up, and then have a long bear market. Happened 2015, 2016, and then spiked up 2017, and then back down 2018, 2019, spiked up 2021. Then we had this downward through 2022, 2023, and now where are we? What JD says, Doge, one of the most beautiful chart structures. While dumb money gets wrecked, smart money will make life-changing gains using dumb money emotions again. It's going to be a fun but very sad bull cycle for most. So we here, right, because I've been talking about this for so long, we've got our bags packed. We're not afraid of these pullbacks. We're not afraid of little dumps, right? We're waiting for this to happen. This is what I'm waiting for. It's not going to happen today. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen in May, most likely. Probably not June, July, or August. We have to be patient. And there's going to be up and downs, or ups and downs, right? But eventually, Doge is going to do its thing, which it has done before. And we wait for that. And then we talk about taking profits this time. Because I didn't take profits this last time. I did not take any profits because I thought it was going to $1. This time, I'm going to be skimming some profits. I'll still have Doge if it hits $1. It just won't be all of the Doge that I have now because I'll have been layering out some Doge on the way up. But we have lots of time to talk about that. Right now, where we're sitting, it's still accumulation time. It's still buying on the dips, still accumulating. That's the zone we're in now. Tesla Model Doge says, hey, look what came out today in the news. JP Morgan Chase, the largest bank in the United States, just disclosed that it's been buying the spot Bitcoin ETFs. It's like, what? JP Morgan Chase? Isn't that the guy that's been like saying Bitcoin's a joke? But yet, in the background, they're buying Bitcoin. It's like, whoa. So don't do as bankers say, right? Do what they do. Because they are going to make money. And the only way is for you to make money is to do your thing. Don't do what they say. Watch what they do. Because they're in the business of making money. And then it wasn't just JP Morgan Chase, but guess who else? Wells Fargo, the third largest bank, has reported owning Bitcoin through the Grayscale ETF in their SEC filings. Who's holding Bitcoin? Who's holding crypto? The institutions are. So yeah, there you go. We're just getting started, guys. We're so early. We're so early. Some of you are impatient, I know, and you just want the price to go up and make a lot of money. There's no guarantees, certainly not. But again, we go through the charts, we look at the history, we look at the patterns, and we look at what people are doing, especially the institutions now. They're not selling, they're buying. Do what they do, not what they say. Good evening, Torena. Yeely, I have all my Doge and Robinhood. I have some Doge and Robinhood. I still have a small amount. It's just a small amount. I've moved the rest of it. I keep some in there to keep tabs, get my Robinhood notifications, all of that. In the past, how long did it take after the halving for the initial pump, the last 2 cycles? So Bitcoin chart. So here's 2020. This blue line is the halving. Bitcoin was already going up from the bottom of the bear market in 2019, bottom of the bear. But then didn't really start taking off until October. And that happened in May. So June, July, August, September, October, 5 months. It was like a 5-month gap right there. Okay, now that's the 3rd cycle. Now we go back to the 2nd cycle. What does this look like? The halving happened in June of 2016, and the run really didn't start until April of 17. So that's about 9 months. So that's 7 to 9 months is what that is. So hard to say. And what do we have right now? Well, we had a pre-halving rally for Bitcoin, a pre-halving rally. Never happened to this extent in the past for Bitcoin to go up this much pre-halving. We also had a weekly golden cross. Look at there for Bitcoin. We had it right there. Like the 1st of January, right before the Bitcoin spot ETFs were approved, we had a weekly golden cross and Bitcoin took off. Imagine that. Yeah, another reason I think we're going to have a choppy summer and then crypto is going to take off. We've seen that in the past. If you guys remember, back in February, I was saying post Bitcoin halving, we're going to have a retrace, and we're living it right now. And now we're going through the chop. That's where we are. Living the chop. Great time to buy Dogecoin as much as you can on Robinhood since crypto is dead. It's pretty quiet. I mean, we had volume tick up here on the dump, but yeah, overall things are pretty quiet. But I don't think this is going to be going back down to like 10 cents. But again, that's just me. Some others believe we're going to see that price again. We don't know, but I don't see it right now. Exodus since 2019. Yep, I have Exodus since 2021, and Exodus works great, particularly for staking things like Solana, Cardano, VeChain, Algorand. You can all do that from Exodus, which is great. I didn't see Robinhood's earnings, low roller. So Bitcoinist says whales bought $265 million worth of Doge. Why does this not affect the price? It just trades sideways. I don't get why whales buy huge and nothing happens. Because most of that $265 million weren't buys. They were transfers. They always show those from the posts of the whale trades guy on X Twitter. Most of those are not buys, they're transfers. And they're usually transfers within an exchange from one wallet to another. They're not buys. So that's what it is. They don't do their research enough to trace the wallets to figure out whether they could be exchange wallets. They just post on X in order to get the engagement so they can get their money because they're a content creator on X, right? That's all. That's all it is. And yeah, you get the Bitcoinist and you get Benzinga and all of these online so-called news organizations that just have to have their quota of stories that they need to post. And so they grab onto something like that and they say, yeah, whales just bought a bunch of, no, they didn't. It's their transfers. Maybe the exchange already had the coin, so there was no actual buy. Yes, exactly. Caffeine, thanks for the super chat. Did crypto make people cocky, all this leverage? Sure. It's like free money. People are making money and they start doing leverage trading and they make even more money. And that's when greed sets in. Yes, greed. One of the 7 deadly sins is greed. Greed grabs a hold of them and they think that they can never lose. I can do no wrong and I'm going to keep trading leverage and I'm going to make so much money. That's all it is. You got to watch out for that greed. As we saw today, hundreds of millions of dollars wiped out from leveraged traders' accounts on the dump. Ryan is packed and ready. Hey, Eric. I've been telling you when the US hates crypto, they will find a way to dump it. No, they're not going to do it. Not to that extent. There's nothing that they can do. The SEC is doing everything they can do. They can go after exchanges. They're not going to ban crypto. That's not going to happen. Particularly when you've got now the JP Morgans and like owning the crypto. The banks own crypto now, guys. I wouldn't be surprised if the banks are now like calling up Elizabeth Warren saying, you may want to cool it a little bit now because we're making money. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Samuel still wants Sheeb to go to a penny, and that's not going to happen. But you can dream. You can dream. Hey, Christian, how are you? How's Florida? Had a nice day up here in Boston today, but it's still like not even like 60 degrees. Not quite that South Florida weather. This is when it starts getting steamy down there. So the dips are a gift. People want instant gratification. Have patience. Stack your Doge. Time will come. That's what I say. Eric, I think we're going to see bears and bulls all summer long, and it's going to be a chop. We're going to see it go up. We're going to see it go down. That's what I think. No name Joe. Learned a lot. Oh, this is YouTube. I don't do Discord, but that's okay. That's okay. Christian's got some orders in at 12 and 13 cents. Ready for the dips? They may hit. We'll see. We'll see. Gus, if there's anything I hate, it's greed, from Superman 3. Yeah. You're always tired? Oh, you're in Germany. Okay. Well, but you love the updates. I do what I can here. I do what I can to keep everybody updated on what's going on. That's for sure. And to keep people sane. I mean, I hate to show this again, but I keep going back to it. It's all on these 4-year cycles, and I'm just trading on the 4-year cycles. It's always the year after the Bitcoin halving year, the crypto goes on a crazy run and hits a new all-time high. It did it in 2013, did it in 2017, did it in 2021. We're not even to 2025 yet, which is the year after the halving. So we've got a long ways for this to play out if it follows the 4-year cycles. And since it has happened the last 3 cycles, we're in the 4th cycle now. I'm not betting against the cycle. I'm not doing it. And we're still early in the cycle. Which is why I keep saying wait till the fall. And some of you guys say, what do you mean wait till the fall? Why doesn't it go up now? There's no reason for it to go up now. So, yes, the chart is always open because it comes up almost every live stream. So I just pull it over. There it is. Thanks to Rob at Digital Asset News for putting this together. Stole it from him. He doesn't mind. It's all good. But yes, I pull it over just about every stream. It comes up. It's like, yep, there it is. Because that's what I'm trading on. I'm trading on that. And I'm waiting for the good times this fall. You just have to get there. I mean, it's fun. I do this on a daily basis, right? I make videos, there's news, there's things to talk about, but I'm not expecting the huge run to happen anytime soon. And I don't mind saying that. It doesn't help my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel would do so much better if I told you every day that Dogecoin's going to the moon tomorrow, right? And you'll all tune in because you want to know why it's going to go to the moon tomorrow. That's not me. Cheers, Joe. So you guys come in here and you listen to me because you want to keep it real as opposed to the other moon boys out there. So, and if I thought it was going to drop, I would say, I'm thinking it's going to drop, which I did back in 2022. If you guys were listening to me, and even into 2023, there was some tough weeks going on. And I was making videos still, but it was tough. It was tough. But I wasn't saying that Doge was going to go to the moon the next day. So, but hey, I mean, Doge is at 14 cents. It's not still at 7 cents like it was just a few months ago. And it's holding very well up here at this level. So that's good. Now, there are other coins that have performed better, like unCoin, right? That's why I talk about having a diversified portfolio too. Like having some Render and having some Jasmine and having some of these other coins that are good projects that you think you're going to do well. And guess what? Render is like the top coin right now. It is moving and it's still moving. We bought Render for our CryssPex DCA portfolio. Our Render is up 660%. Look at that. 660% for Render. So that's why you buy some other coins. Jasmy is up 395%. Doge is up 132%. 132% is good. It's more than doubled, but not to like Render and Jasmy. Not at those levels. So that's why you hold some of these others. They look like good projects. You buy them and you make more money. Now you don't put as much money into them as you do Doge, or at least I haven't. But it's nice to see those big gains. Once Render hits $14, we'll be up a 10x on the Render. And I know some people are up 10x already on Solana. Some people are up 10x on Pepe. Great. That's why you buy other things too. Now some people just only Doge, and you're just waiting for Doge to go crazy, and someday it will. You just got to be patient with that. I'm a trader, so I like to have some other coins and enjoy some other profits. So that's what I do. Oh, and of course, if you want to know more about Kriss Pack's DCA portfolio on how you can receive part of this 75,000 Dogecoin that I will be giving away, just ask a question and I'll be glad to explain it to you, how you can be part of my 75,000 Dogecoin giveaway, because I'm giving it away. Just if you're interested. I'm more real than most. Thank you, Christopher. Joe, hope the sideways run goes on for months. Buy the dips. It probably will. Probably will. Lucas, make us believe in the hodl, cautiously but confident. Thank you, Lucas. Appreciate it. Nate, thank you. Ryan, you're a realist. Adam's stacking some Jasmy too. Curious how it's going to run. Yeah, Jasmy. I mean, Japan's having such a hard time with its currency that, the Bank of Japan's not doing well. They've got really bad problems economically in that country right now. And Jasmy is, created and run by a Japanese firm. So it's hard to say, but God, if Japan can turn it around this fall when things start going crazy in the rest of the crypto market, Jasmy could go on a huge run. So I'm willing to hold on to my Jasmy and wait for that to happen. Even though I'm up quite a bit already on the Jasmy I have, I'm not ready to sell yet. No, I want to see this fall what happens to the whole crypto market first before I'm selling anything. Patrick says, I wish it was 7 cents. Every chance I get buy dips. Yeah, that was, that's where we were in January. So unfortunately, you don't get the money until May, and the price is higher now. So you don't get as many Doge today as you could have got in January. But that's okay. That's what it is, right? Today, do you think Dogecoin is going to be higher than 14.3 cents in the future? If you think it's going to be higher in the future, then you buy some. If you don't think Dogecoin is going to go up from here, then don't buy. It's as simple as that. But if you want to try and get more Dogecoin for your dollar and buy it a little lower, then you do what some have already said here, and you set a limit order for a little lower, 13 cents, something in there. And then if it drops down there, you get more Doge for your dollar than what the price is now. There's no guarantees it's going to dip, though, into the 13s. So That's for you to decide. Samuels, thank you. Spewing out facts, best I can, keeping it real. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Lucas wants to know about the giveaway. So you will see some people in the chat here like Ryan. Hey, Jason, how are you? Jason has joined the chat. You'll see that their names are in green. And they get to use some fun emojis that the rest of you can't use. They are members of the channel. And so they will be getting Dogecoin from me as members of the channel. So to join the channel, you go to my YouTube channel, and there's either a join button that's right up here next to my picture, or you can go down to the Our Members tab here, and you can hit the join button. And then you join. You get your name in green in the chat. You get a check mark next to your name, and you get to use these fun emojis. On top of that, you will be getting some of this Dogecoin that I'm giving away at the top of the bull market. At the top of the bull market. So this portfolio, I put in $10,000 about 10 months ago. It was July 2023. I put $10,000 into this. And I said, I'm buying $10,000 worth of crypto. We're going to DCA it through the rest of the summer. Because I'm convinced, and I said this, and all my live streams where I talked about this are all still up on my channel. And I said, I'm so convinced that we're at the bottom of the bear market for altcoins that I'm putting $10,000 of my money in here because I know I'm going to make money off of it, but I want to share it with you guys. And some of you were here with me during those live streams, and we were actually buying the crypto live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We were buying crypto, and we amassed this $10,000 portfolio, which is now worth $23,000. Its all-time high was in March. We hit $30,000. When was that? Yeah, that was right near the end of March. We were up to almost $32,000 was our high so far for this portfolio. It retraced a bit, but again, longer term, it's going to do great. Lucas, you joined. Welcome. Welcome to the family. Put in some of those fun emojis into the chat. So where will this portfolio go? I mean, if it reached $100,000, that would be awesome. A 10x on the portfolio overall. What's Doge going to be worth? A lot. A lot. Doge is roughly half of the overall portfolio. Right now, Render is 12% just because Render has gone up so much. Jasmy is 9%, Bitcoin 9%, Sheeb 6%, ETH 5%, Algorand 4%. They're all going to go up this fall. And we're going to see this price take off. And then we're going to decide when we sell. Now, I'm not selling the Dogecoin. I'm going to sell everything else, which is right my half, right? Because it was my money. But this 75,000 Doge, I'm giving away. And yes, if Dogecoin is $1, that's $75,000. I'm committing to giving away. That's right. But if Dogecoin is $1, then I am a multimillionaire. So $75,000 to me, when I'm a multimillionaire, that's not so bad. That's the potential that this has. And I set this all up last summer, so convinced that this bull market is going to play out like it is so far, exactly as predicted. The Bitcoin spot ETF was, it did this front running of the Bitcoin halving. That was not expected. But we did have a run up to the Bitcoin halving. And then post halving, we have the lull that we're in now, the pullback, which I've been talking about for months. From the beginning of January, I was saying, well, the time to buy crypto is going to be after the Bitcoin halving. We're going to see dips. And that's playing out. It's following the 4-year cycles. It's all happened before. There's nothing new. So yes, Lucas, welcome. And Jason as well, some of you were buying for your own portfolios too at the same time, grabbing some of that 5 and 6 cent Dogecoin. Because you saw what my average is for this Dogecoin we bought, the 75,000 Doge. This average is 6.1 cents. 6.1. That's when you buy. Now, Dogecoin is 14 cents now. You don't get as many Dogecoin for your dollar, but the question again to ask yourself is Dogecoin going to go higher? And if you think it is, then you buy some. Do you think it's still going to dip before it goes higher? Then you set a limit order for what you think it's going to dip to. And then you get a little more Doge. I don't think we're going to see 6 cent Dogecoin again, maybe ever. We might not ever see Dogecoin 6 cents again. So my personal portfolio, Patrick, is up in the upper 2 millions. I don't think I have 3 yet. I don't know exactly though, because all my Dogecoin isn't in one place. I have it split up in different wallets and exchanges and things. But it's the upper 2s. Hey, Louis. I have some stocks. I have Tesla. That's my biggest holding, is my Tesla stock that I bought a year ago, January, at about 110. I've got some Apple stock that I've held for quite a while. And then I still have a number of my smaller ones. I've got some AMC still, which is way down. Workhorse, Gevo, some of those small cap ones that I thought were going to moon and ended up like tanking terribly. So I'm way down on those. I hate to sell for a loss. I just really do. But so I have some of those stocks left. I think I still have XPEV, that XPeng Chinese EV company. I still have some of that stock. And then I think I still have a few little bits of other things here and there. But now I also have a retirement account, which is a 401k, and that's all in Vanguard and Russell indexes. And that's grown quite a bit, especially over the past 10 years. Because besides YouTube, I do have a job, and my employer matches my 401k contributions to like 3% of my salary. So I put 3% of my salary in, and they match it. And it just goes in twice a month. So that is tied to stocks. So overall in my personal portfolio, the stock that I own is less than 5%. The rest of it is all crypto. Crypto heavy until 2025, when I sell almost all of my crypto, because I will be selling everything except the Dogecoin and some Bitcoin. And I'll be selling everything else because I'm not going to sit through another bear market with all my crypto. Well, thank you, Lucas. Appreciate it. Let's do this together. Absolutely. You need BEP2 BEP, I don't know what BEP2 is. BEP2. See? BEP2. Sure, that's not a 20. BEP2. Binance chain. Yeah, so what you probably need to do is buy BNB, right, in Binance, and then you need to do a swap. And you can do swap in different wallets, like Trust Wallet, I think. I've not done BEP2, but this is how it used to work when I was doing this. Someone in Reddit thinks that BEP2 is going to disappear. So do your research. I remember BEP20, but I don't know what the difference is between BEP2 and BEP20. So you're going to have to do your research on that. Garda Wallet is one. Looks like they're a good resource here. So you can look at that for some information. So try that. Okay. Try that. Have you ever looked into a dividend portfolio? Nope. I haven't. Too boring. I know Andre Jick does it, right? And that's his whole channel was built on that. But then during the last bull run in crypto, he got greedy and said, this dividend investing is boring. I'm going to put it all into crypto. I mean, he still had his big, dividend stock portfolio, but all the money he was making off of his YouTube channel, he was throwing into Bitcoin and other cryptos. And unfortunately, he had a bunch of his crypto sitting on BlockFi, right? Because he was a big BlockFi promoter. And what did BlockFi do? They froze everybody's accounts. And I don't know how much of his account he's actually able to get back. But he had a lot of Bitcoin in there. That I know. Because he was really pushing BlockFi. So yeah, Andre, and then he went back and he's been doing dividend investing videos again, right? Because there's a lot of people who follow him and have been doing dividend investing along with him for years. But the greed got to him and there was just way too much money to be made on crypto. And so when I really changed my entire personal portfolio, and all the additional money I had, I just threw it all into crypto for this bull run. And I started buying about almost a year and a half ago. It was right after the FTX crash. And that's when I started buying. Unfortunately, at the time, Doge was like 7.5 cents. Doge wasn't like really low. Like you could have gotten Solana for like $9, $10. So comparatively, Bitcoin hasn't done as well as Solana, but Solana just got slammed with that FTX bankruptcy. And it all depends on what you were buying at the time, but my retirement is set, but I do have a real estate plan, and that is to own out a new home that I want to buy cash and not have a mortgage on. And then I'll be set. That's my grand plan, is that. This year's tax stream is going to be more lit. Yeah, we'll do it in December. We'll have the next epic crypto tax live stream in December. And we're going to be talking about capital gains tax, right? Capital gains tax. So everybody knows what that means. Capital gains. Dividends sound good, yes. It's like free money, right? You got to pay a little tax on it, but like as income. And Andre does a great job. He's got a ton of videos on his platform. You can look on his channel. And he goes through all the steps on how to do it. Personally, I buy the stocks that I think are going to go up the most, like Tesla. So I don't get dividends from Tesla. But for a while, it had more than doubled in price, and so it was good. Now it's down a little bit more, but I'm still way in the profit on that Tesla stock. After bull run, I'll probably put some money in that. Probably good plan. Do some dividend stock investing for the next bear market in crypto, right? Why did crypto drop today? Oak. So we went through this earlier. We had dismal consumer confidence, dollar rise as inflation expectations kick higher, and we had the Dallas Fed chief, Logan, say that there are uncertainties about whether the current Fed policy is sufficiently restrictive, and noted important upside risks to inflation. So the Fed thinks inflation is a sticky thing. It's not going down. There are fears of stagflation, of course. Economy slowing down while inflation is going up. That's pretty bad. And kind of spooked the markets this morning. Stocks didn't seem to be that spooked, though. But what happens in crypto? Whenever there's a spook in crypto and crypto goes down, the market makers pounce. The shorters come out. They drive the price down. They wipe out the liquidated longs or the leveraged longs. They liquidate them out. That's what that was. And this was Bitcoin. Bitcoin drove the dump this morning. That's what this was. That's it. And if you zoom out, it wasn't that much. Again, it's right back where we were on Wednesday. And of course, higher than we were on May 1st and May 2nd when everything was even lower. Yeah, not great to see that big red candle going down, but it'll go back up. It'll go back up. Where's the Doge $1 party going to be at? I don't know yet. Let's get to $1 first, and then I'll plan it. But it will be in Boston. Yes. Dogecoin to 50 cents, car paid off. Dogecoin to $1, house paid off. That is a pretty simple financial plan right there, Jason. That's a pretty simple financial plan. My car is already paid off, so I do have that going for me. This is all for the house. This is all for the future house, right? This is the future house, is what this is going to be. You can buy a home with cash. Yep. You can buy a home with cash. No mortgage. That's my plan. Cash. I do not want a bank note on my house. I don't want to be paying a bank every month. I don't want the bank to be a lien holder on my house. That's my plan. If you haven't noticed, I don't like the banks. I don't like the banks at all. So this is my chance to be free of the banks. And if Elon says that he's going to make X payments on X work like he does, and that you won't need a bank because you'll be able to do everything you need to do through X, there you go. That's my dream. I've suffered enough with the banks throughout my career. I just, no, don't need that anymore. So, yeah. Do not like the banks. So I want to be free and clear of the banks. Now, I still will have, property taxes that you have to pay, right? But I'll pay that directly to the town or city that I'm living in, which Keck is asking like where it is going to be. I don't know yet, but it'll be around Boston somewhere. And then of course, insurance, you got to pay some, insurance on the property, just in case. But no mortgage. No mortgage. That's my plan. BTC to 40K? I don't know, West Beats. We got a lot of bears in the house still, right? We got bears in the house. Doge to 9 cents, Bitcoin to 40K. We're still in a bull market overall. I mean, look at Bitcoin and you zoom out, we were looking and we're like, this is still a bull market. I mean, look at that chart. It's beautiful. This is early bull market. We haven't even seen the big, huge parabolic run yet. That's to come. We haven't seen it yet. This was the Bitcoin halving, this light blue line. So we're past the halving. And as predicted, we're having a pullback. This is actually the second pullback. We had the first one. Bitcoin came down and hit 57K. This one so far is 60.6. 40? No, I don't think we're seeing 40 again. We saw that last in January. Yes, you could have bought $40,000 Bitcoin there in January on that dip. And Doge over that same period, well, Doge had that big run end of February, early March, that got us out of that 7-8 cent range that we were in. And we were charting it. We were predicting it. Remember my big descending wedge I had there? It's now purple. It used to be orange because it's in the past now, purple. That was that big descending wedge. And I was calling the breakout, if you guys remember. And we broke out. So we're good. We're up here now. We're not down there. That's the big picture of what's going on. You're buying in Gatlinburg when Doge hits $1. Good luck. Doge down the drain. Niels, no. No, this is a temporary pullback, and it's not even that bad. Again, we were lower just a few days ago. The banks are your friends. They give you 1% interest. If you're lucky, you can get 1% interest. Now, Robinhood and Coinbase have deals. Like on Coinbase, if you have your cash sitting there and you put it into USDC, you get about 5.2%. 5.2%. That's for the year. 5.2%, right? That's like one good day for Dogecoin. But hey, if you want to do that because you want to be a little less risk, yeah, you can do that. And you're at least getting some money with your money. I mean, don't have it sitting in a bank where you're getting 1% or less, because inflation is, I mean, your dollar bill is inflating away, right? Your buying power goes down every day with this dollar bill. And 1% interest isn't going to help you. I'm staying away from the political talk, guys, so I'm not clicking on those comments. Should I invest in Doge? Ahmad asks. A lot of us believe Doge is going to be a lot higher. If you believe that the price of Dogecoin is going to be higher in the future than it is now, then you might want to buy some. There's a lot of us think that Doge is going to be a lot higher because of all the things we've been talking about over the past 6 months. Elon, Tesla, Twitter, and who knows what else could drive the price of Dogecoin way, way high. And as JD points out, in Doge's history, we have had 2 cycles of long bear market followed by a bull rally, long bear market, bull rally. We've just gotten through, actually through like October of last year, that bear market. And now we are in that next bull rally, and we are early in the bull rally. The past doesn't always repeat, but it does tend to rhyme, and it does it in 4-year cycles. 2017, 2021, the rest of this is probably going to be late 24 into 2025. That's most likely what we're going to see here. Again, if we follow the 4-year cycles. And that's what I'm betting on right there. And of course, Keck reminds us, why was Bitcoin invented in the first place? Because of that financial crisis of 2008. Exactly. Satoshi talked about that a lot. Yes, Doge is a meme. If you're worried about it being a meme, then there are lots of other cryptos you can buy that you think might do better. Have some Bitcoin, right? Have some Ethereum, maybe some Solana or some Cardano, something like that. And they'll probably do okay. But if you want a chance at possibly greater gains on a big pump, Dogecoin does have that possibility. But that's why I always talk about diversifying, right? Have a bunch of different cryptos. I personally have more Dogecoin than any other crypto. I'm waiting for that next big run. But that's me. That's what I'm doing. You've got €500 a month in your mortgage. Again, it depends on what your salary is, what's your monthly income, what's the percentage of that. To me, that doesn't sound like a bad mortgage. But again, it depends on what your salary is, how much you're making. But I'd like to be zero. I'd like that mortgage to be zero and not have that bank lien on my house. I don't want to have to go and apply with a bank for the right to buy a house. I just want to go to the realtor and I want to say, I want this house. Here's my money. I would love to pay it in Dogecoin or Bitcoin. That would be awesome. But you can't really do that on the open market. There's a few things here and there, but not where I want to buy. You can't buy a house for Bitcoin or Doge in Boston. We need a bear emoji. My next emoji is going to be a Gary Gensler. That's already on the list. Need a few more members before I'm ready to add to my next emoji. They only give you so many custom emojis based on how many members you have. So I need a few more. Just came in, small update. I just did it. To God, you can just take your you just scroll back about 10 minutes, and I just did it really quick. Invested 10,000 in the next couple of years. You never know, Hussein. You never know. Yeah, Ryan, I stay away from the politics here. Yeah, a little crypto, a little basketball right now. Can talk hockey too. Bruins are playing tonight. Should be a good game. But yeah, we mostly crypto. We stay away from politics. If it's directly crypto related, and Donald Trump made some statement about like supporting crypto. I mean, he's trying to buy votes now, I guess. But I mean, he had NFTs. He was making money off of his NFT collections, right? So there's that. And if there is a change of leadership in the United States in November, that's probably going to be good for the markets. It's probably going to be good for crypto prices as well. So financially, that's probably a good thing. Many people don't like the guy, but if you're just looking at it on a purely financial point of view, it's probably a good thing. Could it become a world currency, making the dollar and euro worthless? I'm sorry, Niels. That won't happen. That's not going to happen. But could it be used in addition to the euro and dollar? That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Oh, yeah, and interest as well. I do not like interest. I don't like interest payments on anything. I use a credit card, but it's only for the convenience of buying things, and I pay it off every month. Every month. Don't hold any balance. The bank doesn't like me for that. And I'm like, fine. You gave me the credit card, so I've got the credit card. And I get points on it too. And they give me extra money. So I'm like, okay, you got to give me extra money to use a credit card, sure. But I'm not going to be one of those that's going to be paying you 20 to 30% interest on overdue balances because I pay it off every month. Yeah, I don't like interest. I don't like interest at all. Do I remember Clint Malarchuk, the hockey goalie who got his throat cut on the ice? I used to live by him. I vaguely remember a story like that, but I don't remember the name. I'm not a huge hockey fan, but when the Bruins here in Boston are in the playoffs, then I pay attention and it's kind of fun. But that's it. Yeah, right. Interest, literally the worst. 0% interest APR credit cards are free loans. Right, but they're betting that 0% intro is only for so long, and then they're betting that you're going to have a balance, and they're going to make all their money back. Because percentage-wise, there's going to be a lot of people who are not going to pay their monthly balance, and then they're going to rake in the dollars. That's how they work. But they don't get any from me. They don't get any from me. So. Yeah. And I got free plane tickets also from Delta just for being a Sky Miles member. Because I went to Rome in March, and then Florida in April, and now I've got enough for 2 round trip tickets, and so I just booked a free trip down to Florida in September, and I had to pay $25 in some fee or something, and that was it. $25 for 2 round trip tickets using Sky Miles. And yeah, I already have my seat assignments and everything. It's all set. I won't get bumped. I didn't have to like bounce around to like 3 different airports, just direct flight. Boston to Orlando, direct flight, going to Orlando in September for $25 for 2 tickets. So yeah, you got to play the game, right? It's all money. It's like, can I afford to buy plane tickets? Sure, I could, but why? Why spend the money if they're going to give it to you for free? So it's just like we're going to be at Universal, not Disney. We're going to Universal. But I'll say hi to the minions for you. It's just like the credit cards, right? If they're going to give you cash back, right? Pay it off every month. Take your cash. Take your cash. It's free money. Didn't cost you anything. I mean, you're going to use the card anyway, right? You go out to a restaurant, right? You use your card. You go to the grocery store, you use your card. You're going to pay anyway. Just take advantage of the bank, get your cash back, pay off that balance every month. If some of you are sitting there with crypto, but you also have remaining balances on credit cards or on loans, whether it's a car payment or a student loan or something like that, you should probably plan on, and this is what I would do. But I've already paid everything off. But if you haven't, if I was in your shoes and I still had a car payment, I still had student loans, what I would do is at the top of the bull market, I would sell some of my crypto and pay off those loans. Pay off the student loan completely, even if it's at a real low percentage. Just pay it off. Be done with it. Because, again, looking at the 4-year cycles, right? Late 2025 and through 2026, most likely it's going to be a bear market. And the bear market means crypto goes down. So if you're still holding a lot of crypto, you're going to see your portfolio going down while you're still having to pay off those loans. So sell some of the crypto, pay off the loans, do whatever you can to be free of those monthly payments. Where all you got to pay then is, in your house, you got to pay for power, right? You got to pay for your heating source, whatever it is. It's going more electric nowadays, so it might be part of your power, but there's still a lot of people that are on gas or oil or some other thing like that. You probably will have some monthly entertainment cost, whether it's cable or you're doing something like, I don't know, Fubo or Hulu or any of those, right? You're gonna have some little entertainment. You'll have your internet, right? Because you got to connect, right? So you can keep watching me on YouTube, right? So you got to have the internet connection. So you got to pay for that. What else you got? You got your phone, right? So you got a monthly phone thing. Hopefully you've paid off your phone, right? You're not on one of those plans where you're paying this, big amount, over 3 years to pay for the phone, right? You pay that off. And then the money you make, you can get ready for the next bull run, right? Wait till the bear market's done. And then start buying back in again. But you can also spend that time on using some of your profits and enjoying life. That's my big picture right there, is all that. Birdman, really? Dude. What cards do I have? I don't have my wallet with me. I've got it's a Capital One Savior, I think it's called. I think it's called a Savior, right? So I get 3% cash back or 3.25% cash back on most things that I use it for, restaurants, groceries, etc. And then I forget what the cash back is on everything else. And that is it's the brown one. or orangish. Yeah. So that's my main one, and that's a MasterCard. And then I have another one that's a Visa card. I have a backup. I always have two, because every once in a while something happens and you don't want to be without a card. So I've got two. I've got a Visa as well. That's what I have. Someone was asking, you're going to get the Robinhood? Get the Robinhood card. No, I've already got my other ones. I'm good, all set up. I do my monthly, pay off the monthly amount. Done. That's what I do. The only reason it pumped last bull run was because of Elon. Okay, Birdman. So I ask you, why is Dogecoin at 14 cents now? Why isn't it at 4 cents? Elon hasn't done anything with Dogecoin in years. He hasn't done a thing in years. So why is Dogecoin at 14 cents and not 4? Because people see the value in Doge at 14 cents. That's the price. That's not based on Elon Musk. We set the price, right? The economics, laws of supply and demand, right? Whatever the price is what people believe the price is worth. So if this was all based on Elon or not, Dogecoin wouldn't be 14 cents. But it's not. I mean, you can ask the same thing about Bitcoin, right? Why is Bitcoin $60,000, right? What makes Bitcoin worth $60,000? It's like buyers and sellers make it worth $60,000. Most people think Bitcoin's going to go a lot higher, maybe by $100,000 by the end of the year. Dogecoin, most likely, is going to go up as well, because the whole crypto market tends to move together. That's just the way it is. Even bad projects from years ago, like Ethereum Classic, there's nothing happening with Ethereum Classic. Practically nothing happening with Litecoin, but they still go up and down in price because they follow the whole crypto market. You get more buyers than sellers, price is going to go up. So BTC to 40K. Hey, Westby, you can believe that all you want. It's most likely not going to happen. It might not ever go down to 40K again. Even in the next bear market, we won't see a bottom at 40K for Bitcoin. I don't think you're going to see it. It's just going to keep going up. And then there's going to be a bear market and it'll go down some. But now you got all these institutions in it, and there are some saying super cycle, where we might not even see a 2026 bear market in Bitcoin. So yeah, Elon accepted it in March of 2021. Bitcoin's price went up, and then he stopped accepting Bitcoin in May, and Bitcoin's price went down. It dropped big time, May of 2021. So since then, Bitcoin is higher than it was back in that, after that dump, after Elon suspended the Tesla payment or the Bitcoin payments for Tesla cars. Is there a lot of forward thinking that Dogecoin could be used by something involving Elon Musk, like Tesla or Twitter? Sure. And that does give it some of its value. But all markets are like that. They're all forward thinking. Just like Tesla's stock value. It's based on what's coming forward, right? You buy Tesla stock because you think Tesla's going to sell more cars. The Optimus robot is going to be, awesome for profits for the company in the future. Their whole energy side, everything else they're doing, robo taxis, all of this stuff, right? So you buy Tesla stock because you believe in the future of it. So you buy Bitcoin or you buy Dogecoin because you believe in the future of the coin. And that's only going to last so long. There's going to be at some point in time when you're going to think, okay, now I think it's probably going to go down. So then you sell it. But 9-cent Dogecoin right now? No. 40K Bitcoin right now? No, I don't think so. You had your chance to buy at those prices. So, yeah, Todd, I've got, like 200 shares of Tesla that I'm probably going to hold for a long time. And even me, the boomer here, still going to hold it for a long time. I don't know. We'll see. There's some point in time when I'll probably sell it or pass it on to my kids. I don't know. You got about 107 shares. Yep. Awesome. I would have more Tesla shares, but everything's in crypto. It's all in crypto. Like I said, only like, some small percentage of my overall portfolio is stock. The rest of it's all crypto. All right, gang. Finishing up my warm beer. So that's what we have right now. Look, prices go up, prices go down. This is a little pullback of a much bigger thing going on, which is still an overall bull market, but we are going to be choppy. We'll be talking about the chop in the market again on Monday, next live stream, 5 o'clock on Monday. And every Monday we talk about chop, the choppiness. We always show the charts, what the projections are for the summer. And most likely that is all still going to be in play. This all takes patience. Don't react to a sudden move like we had today. In the grand scheme of things, it's really not that big of a move. Don't zoom in too close. Got to zoom out, look at the bigger picture. That's where we are. Probably have a video coming out over the weekend, so look forward to that. Give a like and subscribe always if you haven't already subscribed. I appreciate that support, and we'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.